everyone, and welcome back to another crafting video. In today's video, we're going to be working with wood and vinyl. Usually that sounds a little scary because sometimes vinyl doesn't stick very well to wood. However, with TeckWrap vinyl, that's not the case, and we're going to learn how to make a bookmark today. So let's get started on our project. These are the materials we will be using for this project. First thing I'm going to grab is my TeckWrap weeding tool. This one is my absolute favorite to use. Then of course our everyday tool, we are going to grab our TeckWrap squeegee. And just in case we have any bubbles, we're going to keep that needle pen in handy. And of course for this project, I'm going to be using the gridded transfer tape. For vinyl colors, I'm going to use this olive green from the 001G series, as well as this piggy pink and millennial pink. These two are my favorite to combine, especially when I need to contrast anything. And then of course our wooden bookmark. This one is pretty thin, which makes for a great bookmark. And of course, last but not least, our standard tack TeckWrap mat. For every project, I always recommend adding a shape of the object you are going to be designing. So in this case, I am going to add in the measurements of the bookmark we will be using for today, which is 7 inches long and about 1 1/4 inch wide. So I'm going to go ahead and make my adjustments, and this is going to be such a great help when sizing the images we will be cutting with vinyl. I initially started my image search on Cricut Design Space by searching up bookmarks. And I didn't really see any nice sayings that I liked or any designs, so I ended up just skipping the whole idea of searching for a bookmark design and ended up just making my own. I knew I wanted a floral design for this bookmark, so I went ahead and searched around and found this one that I really like. I think it's very cute and simple, and adding multiple of these sets of flowers will make a beautiful bookmark. When looking at these flowers, I thought that the way that they were separated and the amount of space that they had in between was going to cause some trouble for me, so I just went ahead and contoured out one of the flowers. That way I'm able to just work with one and just duplicate it and then space it to my liking and how I want it to be on the bookmark. It was definitely a good idea to turn the image into one flower because it seems like I did need to make the flowers a lot closer to each other than they originally were. So since I like the way I spaced the first two flowers, I'm going to head and group the two flowers together and just duplicate them and move it around a little bit. That way I can get it just how I like. now that we have everything set, let's save our project before we cut. And now we have come back to our workstation and have everything set up. So before I get started on weeding, I always like to cut the excess vinyl off, and you tend to find these scraps actually pretty useful for future projects. So I just like to store them away. TeckWrap vinyl is always such a pleasure to weed because it gives you no hassle. As you can see here, everything is just weeding out perfectly. And I just really love working, especially with the 001 series, whether it's matte or glossy. They always just weed so perfectly. So taking a piece of the transfer tape, the first layer I'm going to want to put down is the stems of the flowers. Because the stems of the flowers were attached to each other, it gives us a guide of exactly where we're going to want to put our flower heads. This makes placing our vinyl down onto the bookmark so much easier. Since I am placing the heads of the flowers over top the stems, I'm going to make sure that I take the silicone or plastic part of the squeegee and just really get it in there where the stem is under the flower to make sure we don't have any space and everything is being laid down as tight as possible. And the final result of this project is the most beautiful wooden bookmark that I think is perfect for any book lover. I love how this turned out, and thank you so much for following along with me on this tutorial. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye!